My name is Brooks. I run a brand called Nowhereland, and this is episode 5, Going Nowhere. All right, well, if you can tell by the title, this episode is going to be short and sweet. Today, we're designing a skate deck. This is part 1 of a 3-part series. Today, we're just going to design one, but eventually, over the next 3 series, we're going to design 10 skate decks total. I've hand-painted skate decks in the past, but today we're doing this digitally. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it, and I'll tell you more about it as we get started. Let's dive right into this one. This time lapse will show you the full process from sketch to the final design. But let's talk a little bit about why I'm doing a skate deck. So if you follow me on Instagram, I've been talking a lot about this event called DesignerCon. It's this really rad convention with designer toys, art, pop culture. It takes place in Anaheim, California. There's about 700 vendors. I applied to DesignerCon about 4 years ago. I got put on the wait list, and I never thought I'd get the opportunity to be a part of it. But this year, I got taken off the wait list, so I'm going to have a booth. And in November, I'm going to DesignerCon. So one of the new products that I want to bring are these custom art skate decks. I think it's a good way to stand out. You only get the opportunity to make a first impression once. And I think the skate deck is a unique way to display art. Now, there are a couple ways you can get skate decks made. The easiest way is getting your skate deck printed. Now, I've done this in the past using a website called Board Pushers. They do custom printed skate decks. You can do one-off or you can print in bulk. They have a bunch of different skate deck shapes. They also send you a template that looks a little bit like this. That way you can fit your artwork and make sure there's enough bleed and that everything you want will fit on the board. Now, I went a little different route on mine. I was originally intending to hand paint all these skate decks, and then I realized it was going to take way too long to do that. I initially bought 10 blank boards from a website called Shop 709. You could buy a 10-pack of blank boards for around $17 each. After I bought the boards, I decided hand painting them was going to take too long, so I moved into designing them digitally, and then I was going to have them printed onto vinyl and then wrapped onto the board, basically like a giant sticker. There's a company local to Colorado called Pure Blind that does vehicle wraps and custom printed vinyl. I set up my art a little different than the board template. I went ahead and just made a big rectangle that was a couple inches taller and wider than an actual skate deck. That way I could not only utilize this as a canvas print in the future, but I want to make sure there's enough bleed around the edges to make sure I have some wiggle room when installing. I'm going to put a link to all the businesses that I mentioned below. That way, if you are interested in printing or designing and making your own skate deck, you have the tools to do that. Check out DesignerCon if you're going to be there in November. Would love to say hi, and I'll let you finish out this time lapse. All right, there you have it. One skate deck down, 9 more to go. Here's the finished piece we worked up today. I'm super stoked on how it came out. I hope you enjoyed the process of watching it from sketch all the way to the final design, and maybe you even learned a few things along the way. Check back in for part 2 and 3, where we'll be designing more skate decks and then eventually putting the vinyl wrap onto the actual skateboard. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you can see more videos like this. Leave a comment below. Would love to have a conversation about design or whatever else you have going on. And I appreciate you following along. We just hit 100 subscribers, which is pretty crazy, and I hope to keep making videos like this. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.